Hi everyone, my name is Fernando Rivera and I'm a student of the 7th grade section C. And today I will talk about natural disasters, specifically about earthquakes. Well, what is an earthquake? An earthquake is an intense shaking of Earth's surface. The shaking is caused by movements in Earth's outermost layer. Why do earthquakes happen? Although the Earth looks like a pretty solid place from the surface, it's actually extremely active just below the surface. The Earth is made of four basic layers: a solid crust, a hot nearly solid mantle, a liquid outer core, and a solid inner core. Here we can see a picture where are the four layers. The first one is the crust, after is the lithosphere, then is the mantle, and finally we have the core, the outer core and the inner core. The solid crust and top stiff layer of the mantle make up a region called lithosphere. The lithosphere is not a continuous piece that wraps around the whole Earth like a eggshell. It's actually made up of a giant puzzle pieces called tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are constantly shifting and they drift around of the viscous or slowly flowing mantle layer below. Then we have a picture of how is divided the earth in these tectonic plates. These tectonic plates have been moving very slowly over the earth's surface for millions of the years. This non-stop movement causes stress on Earth crust. When the stress gets too large, it leads to crack called faults. When tectonic plates move, it also causes movements at the faults. An earthquake is the sudden movement of the Earth's crust at a fault line. In this picture, we can see the San Andreas Fault, a 750-mile long fault in California. The location where an earthquake begins is called the epicenter. An earthquake's most intense shaking is often felt near the epicenter. However, the vibrations from an earthquake can still be felt and detected hundreds or even thousands of miles away from the epicenter. How do we measure earthquakes? The energy from an earthquake travels through Earth in vibration called seismic waves. Scientists can measure these seismic waves on instruments called seismometer. A seismometer detects seismic waves below the instrument and records them as a series of zigzags. Scientists can determine the time, location, and intensity of an earthquake from the information recorded by a seismometer. This record also provides information about the rocks the seismic waves travel through. In the next picture, we can see a seismometer. This seismometer is recording the movement and is something really interesting to see. At this point, we know how and why are produced the earthquakes. So the next thing to do is complete this information with testimony of my aunt that lives in CDMX, one of the places that have suffered in the recent year these natural disasters. She told me that live this experience changing seconds your life. She remembered when she was inside her house like a normal day, and then how suddenly everything around her began to move. After realized that effectively the shake was produced by an earthquake, she kept calm and hid under the table to avoid something could hurt her. She had told me that these events don't have a long duration of time, but the damage produced can be huge. She remembered trying to keep calm until the event ended. Once finished the shaking, she told me that the next step is make sure that the house is okay and then see if it's possible to help the neighbors. Well, finally, with this testimony, I finish the presentation. Thank you very much.